Hello everyone, welcome to SAP Technomaniac. In this video, we'll learn about the table expression. We will read the table using the index with the table expression with different the components or fields with the key fields. We will get to know about what is the difference between the primary key and secondary key for the internal table, not the database table. We will see the how we can create the secondary key for the any particular table, and we'll try to use in our read statement and in the table expression as well. And we will get to know what is the alternative to check the transporting no fields, how to check the existence of the one particular entry in internal table, and we how to get that particular entry index as well. Let's get started. For understanding the table expression, I have created the table expression program. So in this program, we will call one local class. So I have already created one template to create a local class in main method. I will call that template. Templates are very useful in ABAP, especially you are working in the Eclipse. Just one line of code and it created entire code for you. This template I am using for all the demo programs. So inside the main method, I will write some select query. For explaining the table expression, obviously I need some data. For getting some data, I will write the select statement. This will be very simple select statement. Select from, insert, select from VBAK fields. I will get some of the fields, VBLN, VKORZ, comma separated list as usual we do, VKORZ, VK group. Let me get one more Kunnar and net WR, NETWR, net amount. Okay, I got these fields. I have to fill these fields into table. Again, inline declaration, I have to use host variable to tell the database that it's a application related variable. So LT underscore VBAK. And once I got the data, I don't need entire data just to show purpose. I need up to 50 or 100 rows I can get. Let me get up to 100 or better I will get less data, only 50 rows. That's it. I got the data. If control space, and again one template, very useful because each time fields are okay. VK group. Okay. So this is fine. VKZRP. But if I would have worked in the GUI, I have to activate the code to get to know that there is an error. So it's advantage of Eclipse. Very good. Except F1, Control F3. So first thing we will see simple read index with the, you might have already know how to read with the index. So that we will convert in the table expression. So read table with read table. I have the data, Control C now to read, obviously Control V into, I have again inline declaration data and VBAK, ls underscore VBAK. Since I'm reading with index, let me get line first line or let me get second line. And if again I have some template size is initial, I got the data. This we are usually do to get with index. But same read statement, if we use with the table expression, it's very simple. So in this case, I have to do again inline declaration. Or let me use same ls VBAK again and again, Control C. Let me clear out this one. And ls VBAK, this time it will become like this, Control C, Control V. And just I have to mention, I have to read first line of this table and put this table into LSVBAK. So very simple. I just, instead of writing 3 lines, I wrote in 1 line. And it's very, it's a sorted form of the, I can say we can write the read table like this as well. But there is a one disadvantage of using the like this. Let me display the data first. So I will use cl underscore demo underscore output class. Output control space is there, help is available. Let me get the write method, wri, wri control space, there is write method. I have to pass the internal table in there, and it will display out for us internal table. Control C, control V, that's it. I displayed the internal table. I have to display this lsvbak, this work area. So ls underscore vbak, again same method I will use, and at last I will display this one here as well. Control Z, control C. But we were writing on the screen, now we have to display, so I have to use display method. Shift F1 and control F3. Let see the result. Both should return the same result. First we will see F9. So you can see, oh, let me clear out the console. There is already some data is there. F9. So we got 50 entries of the sales order from VBAK table, and after 50 entries we got one entry, the second entry of this table, that is it's a sales order number second. So we got same thing, but here also I got first entry. I have to write this. If I want to get the second entry, I have to just write down the second entry and control F3. Let me clear out that console and let me F9 do F9 again. Now I got the same entry for both the statement because I am using the index 2. But here is the hack. Suppose I have to get the 52 entry for both the cases. First case we already know, since the 52 entry is not available in the LTVBAK because we got the data till 50th rows only. We don't have 51st, 52nd row. So the size RC will fail, nothing will happen, no need to worry. But in the second statement, since the 52 line is not available, it will give us a dump. Let me execute and show you how it is happening. Let me activate the program, control F3. And let me do F9. Oh, for getting dump, I have to do F8. In Eclipse, we will get in the log, but not directly. Let me close the console. So you can see we got the dump. It's saying CXI tab line not found. In Eclipse also we will get the dump like this. In some other video how to configure this I will show you. But here we got this dump tab line not found, or this one. Let me copy out this particular exception. To avoid this kind of dump, we can write like that. Simply we can write try catch block. So for writing try catch block, try control space help is available, just click out enter. What needs to be catch? I need to catch this exception. No need to worry, I don't want to display any error message. So let me shift this one control X, control V, and let me shift this one control X at below after enter, control V, shift F1. So now if we execute, in this case we will not get the dump. Let me execute, control F3. And one more important thing, whenever we are reading the table, it is setting size RC. If we read got successful, size RC will be 0 or size RC will be initial. If read got failed, size RC value will be 4. So in this case, when we are reading with the table expression, there will be no size RC set. So whatever the size RC value, that will be remain intact. Instead of that, it will give us dump that time this particular line is not found for the table expression. For the just the information, SAP came up with the table expression to use in operand position, not use normal read like statement. Most of the time I'm telling, because we are using the for loop. In my previous video I already showed you, I never used the read one. For loop or filter, there might be requirement we have to read inside the for loop, then we can use the table expression within the for loop and we can do the things. Okay, So this will not set the size bar, it will directly give the dump. So what, let me execute this one, Control F3. Let me do F8 again now to display the result. This time it will not dump. Instead, we will get the pop-up and get the result. All the 50 lines, since the data is not available, so it is LSVBAK is blank. One case it is blank, another case we didn't display it at all. Let me close it out, this one, go to that. You can see in second case, in first case we didn't display it at all, since size bars it didn't got initial, it got failed. In second case we are displaying, but the data is not there, so we can check LSVBK is initial, then we should not display. This is the first simplest example of the read with the index. Now I will go with the, before going with the second example, I just want to show you what will be the alternative, how to avoid this dump. First, we can write like this, try and catch block, and just ignore it. If we want to ignore, if we want to display error, we can display error as well. So second way can be like that. I can use the same statement. Let me clear out each time. Control C, Control V, Control C with value operator. You already know about the value operator from my previous video. We can to construct a value, basically value and new operator, they will construct some value. So what I am doing, I'm passing this table expression inside the value operator. So what it will do, it will get this value, and whatever the value it will come, since this type and this type is same, the single value will come, it will pass it to the LSVBAK. We can do, but still it will dump. Let me show you. Shift F1, Control F3. Let me comment out this one. Okay, no need to comment, just Control C. Each time we are clearing. Control V. This is our second case. So let me put some lines so we will get to know the separation. Okay. Okay, Control X, Control V, Shift F1, Control F3, and do F8. So you can see this time we didn't go dump actually, since we used the table expression. Let me activate again, Control F3, display. Let me do write. Here I didn't write actually. It Control F3. Let me do F8. So you can see we got the dump. So as I already told you, this table expression, if the value is not available, it will give us a dump. But there is a hack. We can write like that. This is optional. There is syntax called optional. We can tell the system if the value is there, then get. If it is not there, no need to worry. Just don't get, but don't give the dump. Like that we can tell. So if we write simply optional over here and try to display, it will just ignore that. We will not get the dump, and we don't need to implement that try catch block as well. So let me activate and show you this again. Control F3, and let me do F8 again. So you can see we didn't get the dump, but we get the blank entry with the display, because we are not displaying, obviously. That is the only reason. So that is the one way. Another way, if you want to, one more thing we can do, Control Alt arrow down button, and we can display still, instead of if I will get the fifth entry. And one more thing we can do, I declare another. I just want to show you this variant also. I will declare another data VBAK underscore 1 something I can give, and this time instead of optional I can do default value. You will not get any value from this uh, particular read statement, then display this value and write it down. Control C. Okay, Control Alt arrow down button to copy any line. So this time we will write here WRITE, and this will be displayed. After this we will display Control V this, and this will be, so this will become separate line. Control X. This time no need to clear because we have separate value. Control V. This is another variant. Instead of saying it is optional, what we can say, if you don't get the value, then at least display this value. Let me activate, since we got this value here, so it will be displayed here as well. Step F1, Control F3. Let me do this time F9. Anyway, will not get dumb because we write the optional and default values. I will just want to show you parallelly. So let me do F9 this time. Instead of let me clear out the console and do again F9. So console will be cleared. Now new data, 50 lines are there. So first read statement is not executing because of this index 52. We didn't get any output. Second is read statement. Let me little bit here so we can see this one. So you can see second table expression again 52. We write down. That is the reason we got the data, but the data is not available. 52 entries was 52 entry was not available, so that is the reason it is blank. And but the fifth entry was available. We got the fifth entry, and second time when we read with the LSVBAK1, 52 entry was not available. But what we told to the system, if it is not available, then just display the default value whatever we got from 51. LSVBAK. So same entry is displayed over here. Suppose if I would have written instead of fifth entry, you can see this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth entry is this one. I think sixth. Fifth entry with sales order number is 6, 5. Fifth, sorry, sales order number is 5 for the fifth entry. So you can see fifth entry we got. But I would have told don't. So I would have got the entry. So I would have got sixth entry. Control F3. Let me clear out the console and let me do F9 quickly. So you can see I got this time different entries. Sixth entry I got, the sales order number is 6. So like that it is working. We can avoid the dumb. But I have one more variant over here. It's very useful. Most of the time I use that variant only. I don't go with this variant. Instead of reading like this, what I will do, I use assign, or it's the best way to do read any internal table line if we are not using the binary search or something else. So it's the best way. So assign this particular table to field symbol. To field symbol inline declaration I will do. I don't have any declared field symbol till now. So ls underscore VBAK. The advantage of this one is that still we are using the table expression. I want to read, suppose I want to read fifth line, it will set the size abasi. Control space, again template help is available. So it will again set the size abasi. We can check the size abasi. If size abasi is initial, then only it will be displayed. Let me Control C, copy it out, Control V, write it down, write statement instead of display, and here it will be displayed. But this time we have to display this field symbol value. So the advantage of this, using like this, we can just assign that particular internal table, that fifth entry, to the field symbol, and then we can display. If it is not available, then size abasi will get failed. Step F1, Control F3. Let me show you this also. If I do F9, so you can see last entry, fifth entry got displayed again. You can see the fifth. After the sixth, again the fifth entry got displayed. Sales order number 5 is displayed. But suppose we would have not got this entry, I would have searched for the 51st or 52 entry. Control F3. Then this output itself would not have displayed, because this would have not came inside this, because size RC never got initial. It will be 4. If you see in the debug mode, the size, it will say the size RC and size RC will be 4. So this is the very efficient way if you want to use table expression, and you want if you want to read the table and you don't want to use binary search as of now. So, or you don't have declared the key fields as a second index is not declared, that we will discuss meanwhile what we can do with the key fields. So we can use this read statement. It's a very efficient way to do. Let me clear out the console. Let me do Control F3 and last F9. F9. Control F3 got activated. Let me do F9. Something wrong. Control F3 is there. I think system is slow. Nothing is wrong. Activated F9. Let me do F8. Not an issue. We are not getting any result actually. I think I did some mistake. CL demo output. Okay. So one more thing. I never displayed because ICRC got initial. So let me shift this one here. So basically this will be I can't do like this also, because this field symbol never will get assigned. So what I can do instead of doing this, let me shift this one, Control X, Control V, and route down Control C, Control V, just to show you guys. Control C, Control V. So what I did, instead of LSVBAK1, so instead of, because I can't display, because the size of RC not got passed, I never displayed the output. So I have to write down right, and then after I have to display something. So I displayed that 6th line with using the default. So this will be never displayed actually. Control F3 and let me do F9. Let me clear out the console and again do the F9 just to make sure that there is no redundant. So there was the 50 entries, then this for this one, and this never got executed. This got executed with the blank entries. So this never got executed. This ISABRC got failed here, and this for the blank entry we are getting due to this, and 5th entry we got here, and 51st entry, this statement never got executed because never ISABRC got passed, and this last one we got as a 6th entry because we are reading as a 6th entry. Like that it happened. Till now we have learned about how to read a table with the index using the table expression, and what problem we can get. To avoid those problems, we have to get either try catch block, or we have to use value operator with optional or default value. Or best way to use the table expression is the assign table with the field symbol. That is the best way we can do, and we have to use, I usually do this way only. And now we will go to the second part. Like that, we will, instead of reading with the index, we will read with the non-key and key field, how we can do in the table expression. For that, let me comment it out, the unnecessary code which is now not required. Console controls up less than, and I will be needing one key field. So let me declare one internal table. So as you are already not aware about the internal table, secondary index also we can create now and onwards. Let me declare this first, this table explicitly. I have clicked on Control 1, and if you click, it will declare an internal table and structure for you. The Eclipse advantage, this is very easy to declare any internal table like this. So once I declare the table, I want to define one secondary key. So with unique key, unit sorted key, I want to define one sorted key. I have to give some key name. Let me give key 1. I have to give some components as well. I want to sort this particular table with the VBLN. Now I have defined one key as well. So first what I will do, I will read the simple control F3, read one particular entry using the, so this will be required control shift less greater than. Let me read the table. Let me use this also, this only, control C, control V, control shift greater than. So instead of reading with tab index, what we will do, we will read with key. So what we will do, we use with key. With key VBLN equal to, I have to pass some key. Let me pass something. As of now, 1 2 3 4 5. 1 second, let me count and put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Okay, I pass the cells order number 6 and I try to read. That we usually do. If we usually, how to read with the if we want to read with, instead of reading with the index, if we want to read with the key field, I want to use here primary key. By default, the secondary key will be not applied here. So I have defined one key. Normally what we will do, we will define the standard table only. We will sort before that, and we will use the binary search. There is another way we can do this thing. Let me copy this, control C, to enforce the binary search. So that's very easy. So what you can do, whenever the data will be read, we are telling with table key. Instead of key, with table key, and we have to give the key name, key 1, and components we can give like this, where the VBLN equal to this one. And this is not required because I already have declared this one. So this is like this we can do. So one error we are getting here, you can see here, not error, one information message we are getting here. The secondary key 1 is specified in full. However, the primary key is used to access the table. Since even we have used in where condition with key, this VBLN, by default, whenever we read any table, it will be used the primary key of that particular internal table. What is the primary key of that particular internal table? That will be the standard key. It will form by the character field of that particular structure, which created that, using this created that internal table. So all the character, in this case the VBLN, VKRG and Kunnar and VK group, these all are the character. Net price is the numerical field. All 4 are the character field. These will become the key for that particular table. It is by default, that is a primary key for that particular standard table. We have defined one secondary key as a key 1. Even this particular, what warning it is doing, it is telling you have one secondary key 1, but you are still accessing the data using the primary key. Like that, the warning. Here I have used this primary key, so that is the reason it is not giving us error. So just to explain primary and secondary key, but that same thing we can use, we can do using this as well, without worrying about this. Control C. Let me use my way only. I will not show you all the way now. Only the assign, this one only I will show you guys. Control shift greater than. So instead of putting this, like one way is simple without key, control C. Instead of putting index, I can just tell where the sales order is equal to this one, get the data, assign to this field symbol, and let me write it down. But still I'm getting the warning we will get the warning because we have defined the key and why you are not using the key. So we have to use that particular key. What we can do, this time no need to declare the field symbol, that's already declared above. We have to unassign anyway. So we have to tell the system you have to use key field. Which key you have to use? Key 1. The key name is the key 1, and then you have to get the data with the key. It will by default the performance will be good when you are using the key, because already data will be in the sorted form, the index already there. It will just get the data, and in using the binary session you will get data very easily. So like that we can do. This is the second way of doing with the when we are using the where condition, and how to use key fields there. We have to use key like that. The access will be faster. Let me activate the program. Let me do F9. Right. At last I have to do display. Control F3. Let me do F9. So let me clear out the console. There will be older data as well. Again, let me do F9. So you can see the entries we got 50, all the entries. Then wherever the sales order first statement got executed, this one, we got the data in each and every case. But the first case, we have used normal read statement without key. In second case, we have used read statement with key. This is little bit faster than that below, above one. And this both the read statement is all the way. In your way, what we did, we used the assign statement to field symbol, and we used the table expression, and we got the same result with key and without key. But below one will be the faster than this one. That's a very important thing, because this one using the it is using the key. We have defined the key, that key it used like that. That is the another variant of the read, where we can define the key field as well, and we can write the where condition is inside the bracket, and we can face the particular field. So this same thing we can do just with using the try catch block also. Just we have to put this value instead of the 52, we have to put the VBLN equal to this particular sales order number. It will return us in the cell as VBAK that particular sales order data. Like same goes with optional, and the default value also we can pass. And instead of passing the index number, we are passing in the where the components, the fields which we have to filter out on that particular internal table. Now second way, there is one more variant about this we have already seen. If we want to check the particular line is exist in this particular table or not, for that how we usually do, let me comment it out, this one again. Control shift less than, this is not required. Control C, Control V, Control shift greater than, shift F1. This time what I will do, since I don't need data, I just have to check the data is there or not. I have to use transporting no fields with key. Okay, same goes with this one. Let me use both. Let me same goes with this as well. Control C. I don't want to show this variant, just to display. It will be displayed, there will be no data, it will just return us the size sub-RC. So this same thing we can use one more variant of one function directly available now in ABAP on HANA, where we can check if that line exists or not. There is function name itself, line underscore exists, and we have to pass inside that table expression. The same table expression we have used this particular. Suppose I want to check the sales order is available or not, this in this internal table that I want to check. So I can pass this table expression, and I can check if it is available. Then I want to do something like that. I have to do line exist. But again, it is telling some information which is the key you should use. So we can use key field here. Key 1. Key is a key 1. Tell the stable expression, use the key field and get the data. It will be faster. Just it will check that this particular entry is available. Then it will return us. It will pass and it will execute whatever the statement. Let me display out this one. Control C, Control V. Let me display out this one 2 times. Control shift less than. If it is data is available, then only display the table, otherwise don't display the table. The table will be displayed 2 times because we are displaying we put the same conditions. Shift F1, Control F3. This is the another variant and very simple one I can tell. Let me clear out the console. Let me do F9 just to check the line is exist or not. I have to display. Control F3, F9. So you can see 2 times table got displayed. First time from this due to this size subRC got passed, and second time this condition got passed, that due to that line is again that internal table is displayed. 2 times it got displayed. There is another function to get the particular line index number of particular table. Suppose I want to get this particular sales order in this table, which line it is available. I want to get that index number. So for that there is another function module. So for that I have to write lv underscore in index. I can take in index equal to line underscore index, the function module name, and I have to pass the same table expression over here with key field. I will pass this time with key field, and I can get the index number out of it. Key line index key 1. Oh, I didn't copy the entire one thing. Control C, Control V. So you can see I can get the data. I can get the index, then I can write down this index as well, right? This particular, or instead of this, I will display this one, display one, Control C. Whatever the index I got, I will display in this, Control C, Control V. So let me comment it out, this Control Shift less than. Usually we will read and get the index number using the site ABAP, and then we will do, this is the normal way. If you want to just get the based on some where condition which index is available that we want to display, that we can do. Let me clear out the console, activate Control F3, and let me do F9. You can see it's a 5th line. This particular sales order number is at the 5th line. Like that we can get the index number. In this video we have learned about the table expression. In my next video we will see the different this read statement, compare performance wise which one will be the better. The thumb rule is that most of the time we have to use table expressions in the operand position. Suppose we have to read the table inside the for loop or filters, the new ABAP syntax, we have to use the table expression. And normally in the classical way we are doing, we have to use the read statement only. But still we will compare the normal read statement and the this newer the table expression, and different line exist, and in the positive and negative scenario how it will work in my next video. Before going to that video, please like this video, subscribe this channel. Thank you and happy learning.